Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Toon Dollars. If you're new, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Turn on your notification bell so you can be notified when future videos drop. If you want to watch more Philadelphia hood tours, check out my playlist with over 230 Philadelphia hoods covering South Philadelphia, Southwest Philadelphia, West Philadelphia, Northeast Philadelphia, North Philadelphia, and Center City, Philadelphia. That playlist contains tours that are not narrated. What we're about to do right now is going to be a narrated tour. I decided to take advantage of me living near a variety of musicians, both young and old, both past and present. I live within the vicinity. As a lifelong resident, born and raised in Philly, I know where a lot of these rappers are from. They're pretty much located minutes away from me. So before I went on this little drive, I put together a list of 20 plus rappers from the city, both young and old, Caucasian, African American, and Hispanic. So what I'll be doing is I'll dedicate each one of these next driving tours coming up that are narrated to a different rapper's neighborhood, just so that you guys can see where the rapper was raised at or where the rapper hung out at, and you can get an idea of what his hood looked like. So right now, we are going to be going to PoundSide Pop's hood. We're located in North Philadelphia. North Philadelphia is on the north side of City Hall. He's in the heart of North Philly. So we're gonna head to 25th and Berks because PoundSide Pop represent Berkside. Shout out to Berkside. What I'll do is I'll briefly go over the 100 block that we're on and the avenue we're turning. If I know any information, I'll share the information with you guys. Currently it's sprinkling a little bit snow, so please forgive me if the windshield looks a little bit wet. I'll periodically turn on my wipers just to get rid of some of the drops. All right, so we're gonna make a right. We're on 22nd and Cecil B. Moore. We're on the 1600 block of 22nd Street, making a right on Cecil B. Moore. We're passing 1700 Krosky Street or Krosky. This is a little business district out here next to the Ridge gas station, a little local avenue where the residents can shop at. We're on the 2300 block of Cecil B. Moore, turning up Ridge Avenue. Now we're on the 2300 block of Ridge. We're passing Judson and Ridge. We're currently passing the 1700 block of 24th and Ridge. We're at the intersection of Montgomery where it meets 25th Street. Shout out to PoundSide Pop. The neighborhood that he grew up in happens to be a troubled area. They tend to pop up on the news daily. A lot of young brothers are getting killed out here. On the left-hand side, we have a projects. Now, to my knowledge, this is 25th and Berks. So these streets right here had to be streets that he hung out on or hangs out on. He has friends. I'm sure he has family around here. We're gonna go through the projects to see if I can give you guys the best view. So he reps 25th. That's where the pound comes from. Pound side meaning 25th side, and then Pop was his nickname. So he just put Pound side with Pop. It's like 25th Street Pop. So we're on the 1900 block of 25th Street, making a left on Norris. On the 2400 block of West Norris. This is like a little cul-de-sac dead end, so I'm gonna have to go around Stillman and come back around to see if I can make my way inside of the projects. We're on Page Street. little bit of traffic. I was gonna cut down page, but I don't wanna get stuck behind a car. Now I thought it'd be intriguing for his fans that are not from Philly, that don't know what this young gentleman probably had to go through or what circumstances he had to face growing up, because a community will tell you a lot about a person and you'll see his struggle. Many people still find inspiration despite their circumstances. He found enough inspiration to create music, which is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful outlet. So now we're gonna turn up the 2500 block of Glenwood. This literally would be considered his neighborhood because this is all within the vicinity of 25th and Berks. So we're going through the exact streets that he's very familiar with. So that's the James Weldon Johnson homes. I'm not sure if that would be considered a project or would it be considered affordable housing on my left-hand side. I'm sure he got a couple homies from that little area right here on my left. It seems to be a closed off community. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get in there for you guys. I would love to get in there. We're passing the Philadelphia Housing Authority on my right-hand side, so they might be the managers of that complex. All right, we're coming to the 2700 block of Ridge Street, or Ridge Avenue, where it intersects with the 2700 block of Glenwood Avenue. We're gonna make a left right here on Ridge Avenue. But this is the area, guys. I'm sure he wasn't confined to this one area, because when you're from the hood, you travel everywhere. So I'm sure he's been all over, north, south, east side, west side. But this is what he reps in the music video, what he reps in the interviews, 25 side. So we got Berks in front of us. Let's make this right over here. Let's make this left. I think I can get you guys in here to give you guys a good little example. Okay, this is one of the little project cul-de-sac little roundabouts. To be honest, I don't even think we're on Berks right now, but we're gonna take this drive around. No, we actually are on Berks. Yeah, this is 27th and Berks. So Berks cuts off twice. So 27th and Berks. This is what he experienced growing up. Now it's cold and it's a little bit early. It's probably like 2 p.m. in the afternoon. So I'm sure that's why we don't see a lot of activity out here. We're gonna go back around because I think I can even get deeper inside the little project area. So give me a second, guys. Yeah, we're on 25th and Berks. So this is PoundSide right here. I'm sure that store he hangs out. We've probably been there dozens of times to cop his munchies. I've actually covered this area plenty of times during my Philadelphia hood tours, the silent ones, but I've never did it narrated. Looks like this truck is trying to reverse. Look at the van isn't even letting him go. Ha, that's a shame. You guys see that? You ain't even let him go. Well, you trying to reverse? I'm trying to let him reverse so I can go down that block because I would like to come back around. What's taking him so long to reverse? On the right hand side on the wall, we see a picture, a portrait painted of Miss Jean Marie Hobson. She was born 3/26/26, and she passed away 11/1/97. I guess she was a community resident that everybody around here knew, and they put her up on the wall. The print reads, founder of the North Philadelphia Mothers Concerned. So she probably created a program for mothers who were concerned about their children. Hence, being a public figure enough to be painted up on a wall. Alright, right now we're on Taylor and Berks. You come down here on any given day, there's usually a bunch of homies out. So I'm pretty sure those are probably his homies. Ringgold. We're on the 1900 block of Ringgold Street. People out here chilling on the block. Now, I don't know where his exact house is at. I'm not gonna pretend like I know where his house is at, but I know this is pretty much the perimeter of his neighborhood. Berks, Diamond, Norris, 24th Street, 25th Street, 26th Street, 23rd Street. And when people say that they want to make it out the hood, this is what they want to make it out of. When they say, I want to take my family out the hood, this is what they want to take their family out of. We're on the 1800 block of Taylor Street. I believe we have somebody dropping off a package in front of us. The guys on Berks' side, 25th and Berks, his whole crew, they basically go by Zoo Gang. To my knowledge, Zoo Gang derived from his homie that passed away. His nickname was Zoo. So the squad rep Zoo Gang to keep his name alive. I respect that. We got the 2400 block of Montgomery in front of us. U-Haul is double parking. Let's go around the U-Haul. Gotta go on the sidewalk. Alright, I'm gonna take this right. I don't think I'm supposed to take this right. Is this alright? Am I capable of taking this right? I should be. This is where the 61 bus is at, right in front of me, at that corner street light. More than likely, if he ever caught the bus, this is probably where he used to wait for the bus at, depending on which area of the city he would travel in. He's 19 years old, so more than likely he was running these streets, you know, recently. Back on 25th and Ridge, I'm gonna try to get back into that little complex so we can take a little drive through, give you guys a little look. This little corner right here has like 3 or 4 blocks slanting, like it cuts into several blocks. And again, you'll see the project on my right hand side. So the project was built right over 26th Street. Because that's where 26th Street came out of. Tanley or Tanny Street. Tanny. I said Tanley. Tanny. Tanny and Berks. 27th Street is in front of us. The 27th Mini Market. Richmond's Ice Cream. Bruce Market. All in one convenience store on my left-hand side on 27th and Berks. I do recall him mentioning something about Master. I believe he mentioned something about 25th and Master, which really isn't far from here either. But let's try to focus on this little area right here. Let's go in here. This looks like a little back alley. For the residents, I guess how the residents would come and park up. So this is the struggle, y'all. This is pretty much like the struggle that kids had to face. And he was wise enough to take his pain and turn it into music. Not many people are able to do that. When they make music and you wonder where the music comes from, where's the pain in the music come from? This is where it comes from. And I'm sure we caught it on like a quiet day. I'm sure this is a quiet day compared to most days. I was gonna come at nighttime, but the problem with nighttime is that my camera kind of sucks. So if I would have tried to ride at night, you guys would have barely saw anything. It would have been grainy. All right, so it wants us to go right, but I think I'm just gonna bust a left. Even though I'm not supposed to, it's a one way. But for the sake of you guys, I'm gonna bust this left just so that you guys can experience it and not have to go around the block all again. Okay, this looks like a one way too, but let's take it, guys. Yeah, this is a one way. My apologies. We might have to do a reversies. Or I can park up right here and just let this vehicle go by. Normally I don't drive it one ways, but I did that so we didn't have to go all the way around the block once more time. I'm sure the residents are like, why is this guy coming up a one way? But yeah. And that's how they made it. They made it so complicated. Like if you really wanted to explore the whole thing, you have to go around several attempts just to take a good look. But I can imagine, you know, if you grew up in this spot, this is all you knew when you was a kid, you know what I mean? This is all you knew growing up. Got some decorations on my right. Some people with the Christmas spirit. All right, we're on the 2500 block of Page Street. We're gonna make a left over here. We have Charlie's Country Ribs on my right-hand side. It's a lunch and dinner spot. They sell soul food and barbecue platters. We got Nelly Reynolds Gardens on my right. That was another complex that I didn't even notice. It might be low-income housing, I'm not sure though. I'm gonna take it one block up so that you guys can see another area before we cut straight back through that little complex. I wanna try to cover that complex. But more or less, this is his spot, man. This is his hood. We got Newkirk and Ridge on my right. We got Glenwood and Edding in front of me. And then we also have the continuation of Berks in front of me. So as we continue to drive, we're driving down Glenwood. We're driving on the 2700 block, passing the 1900 block of Edding Street. I'm gonna go to Berks, because he reps Berks side. We're on the 2700 block of Berks. Looks like there's an elementary school or middle school. I wonder if he went to that school. Comment below if you know what school he went to. So we're gonna go here on my left. We're on 28th and Berks. Now this isn't the corner that he repped, but in order to get to that block, you gotta pass these blocks, so y'all seeing what he saw. This is real. Let's cut up here real quick. One way, boom. Access denied. $1900 block of 27th Street. Before we go back into that complex, let's come around 27th Street. I want you guys to see like the area. All right, we're on 26th and Ridge, the 1800 block of 26th Street. You see the mural on my left? For those of you who don't know, Philadelphia is the mural capital of the United States. We have the largest mural project in the country. On the 2500 block of Montgomery. That's where it intersects from 2500 to 2600. We're on 26th Street. Let's go up to Master and see if we could come down Master. $2,500 Cecil B. Moore. The intersection of 26th Street and Cecil B. Moore. Passing the 2500 Street of Nicholas Street. Passing 2500 Turner Street. If I would turn through each of those streets, you'll see more of the area. But I'm gonna try to make it the Master and then come down. 2500 block of Oxford, 26 in Oxford. Jefferson, we still ain't hit Master. $2,500 block of Stewart Street on my left. Master Street right in front of me. We have the store Belargo on my right hand side on 26 and Master. 2600 Ingersoll is on my right hand side. The 2500 block is on my left hand side. 2500 Sabert Street. 2500 Thompson. We're gonna make a left on 2500 Thompson Street. On my right side, you see Robert Morris Elementary School. On my left, we have 1300 Stillman Street. We're on Stillman and Thompson. On my right, we have 1300 West College Street. We're coming up to 25th Street. 25th and Thompson, 1300 block of 25th Street. We're on 25th, and we're passing Sabre. 25th and Sabre. We have a unit on the right, a police officer. We're passing 2500 Ingersoll. Now we're on 25th and Master, which could be another potential hangout spot for PoundSide Pop. On the right, we have a Chinese store. I think I seen a music video shot out there. I think he did shoot a music video right out there. Passing 25th and Sharswood. Passing 25th and Stewart. If we go to the right, that'll be the 2400 block. If we go to the left, that's the 2500 block. Now we're on 25th and Jefferson. As you can see, this area has a lot of abandoned lots, but this area also has major investors involved, such as Temple University. Temple University owns many properties in this area, and they have major stakes. So as you can see on my left, they're gonna start gentrifying this area soon. We're passing Nassau Street. We're passing 2400 Bolton Street. We're passing 2400 Redner Street. Now we're on 25th and Oxford. 25th and Oxford. Now we're on 25th and Turner Street. Passing 25th and Nicholas Street. We're passing 25th and Cecil B. Moore Avenue. Passing 25th and Clifford Street. On the 1700 block of 25th Street. On the left, we have a church. Morris Brown, African Methodist Episcopal Church. Pastor J. Stanley Justice. Sunday worship is at 10:30 a.m. We're on 25th in Montgomery. So this is his corner. That's a all-day breakfast spot. I'm pretty sure that he ate breakfast there before. Pretty sure he been in the Urena's Fresh Market. This is his strip. And I was to show you, I passed this area dozens of times and didn't know that he existed until recently. So this is only minutes away from me, guys. We're back on 25th Street. Back on 1800 block of 25th Street, 25th and Berks. This will be his spot right here. Now I'm wondering if this was the trap spot or if this was the chill spot. You can see that's the project on my left hand side. For the video, we're gonna call it the complex. We're passing 2400 Arlington Street. We're passing 2500 Norris Street. We're on the 2000 block of 25th Street. We're gonna make a right on 25th and Diamond. Earlier we made a left. We're gonna make a right. We have Eric Hank Gathers Jr. Memorial Recreation Center on my left. On the left side right here, we have some more projects. These projects are notorious also. There's Let's make a right on 24th and Diamond. As you can see, we have new development homes on my left. Front lawns, attics, brand new brick pointing. See a couple abandoned houses on my left and on my right. Passing the 1900 block of Taylor Street. Slow down for these potholes. $5,000 dumping fine. But all we have been seeing was dumping. So I wonder if anybody pays attention to those signs. Another 5,000 no dumping sign. We're on 24th and Berks. That's the 2300 block of Berks Street. We're on 24th and Montgomery. 24th and Montgomery Avenue. And you can see new buildings being built on my right-hand side. Eventually, all of the lots will be purchased and they will build homes on them and new residents will move into the neighborhood. That will then lead to the taxes being raised. Will eventually lead to old residents being weaned out of the neighborhood. We're on the intersection of 24th and Ridge Avenue. Dragon Express Chinese food, seafood, steaks, hoagies, ice cream takeout. And on my left, O's Deli, it literally says O's Deli, steak, hoagie, seafood, cold beer. So let's make our right over here on Ridge Avenue once again. This time we're coming from the top of Ridge Avenue. Taylor and Ridge Avenue. We originally came up Taylor Street on my right hand side. We can see Urena Fresh Market from another angle. And as you can see, Montgomery Ave, which is right in front of us, that's the angle block that cuts from my left to my right. It's in a slight angle. It's not like a traditional grid style map. It's in an angle. That's why this neighborhood, when you drive through it, it kind of throws you out of whack. And you got to go through some blocks more than once in order to see the whole area. All right, so we have the complex on my right-hand side once more, and we're gonna go through it one final time. See if I can get you guys through another area of it. It's kind of hard because it's built to have many one-ways. As you guys saw earlier, I accidentally went up a one-way, so let's see what we can do here. We're back at the location. We're gonna turn into it. We're gonna make a right on red because that's legal. On my left, I think I could have went left. Let me reverse this for you guys. I'm gonna reverse this just so that you guys can get a look at another area of this little no outlet. This is one of those no outlet areas where you go in and, you know, if you're not from the area, you probably shouldn't be in there because there's no outlet. They got their own little lawns back here, their own little sidewalks. The zoning, the stylization of the homes are all the same. I actually like that style of brickwork. I really like that style of brick. I was just talking about the, you know, brick pointing with the burgundy and the black and the colorful bricks. I actually like that. They have their own little playground back here, as you can see, I guess for the kids, so the kids don't have to go to a park. All right, I think this is the side that we were missing, the side that we never got a chance to look at. This is the side. Now, again, I'm not telling you that he walked past each and every one of these houses, but, you know, assuming that he's from that corner and this is his hood, if he wanted to get through here, he walked through here. If he had some friends from here, I'm pretty sure that he, you know, took detours and, you know, cut through all these little alleys and little, you know, spots. So let's use our imagination here. And this is all a private little community. All the cars you see here are just from the residents. It's not like anybody from the outside will come park here and then go walk to their house outside of this little area. No, all these cars belong to the owners here. This is that one way that I came up earlier, guys. Yep, that was the one way. That was actually the right way. We are back on 25th and Berks, back on PoundSide. So now we're gonna cross over. Before we end the tour, I'll take you one spin through the projects around the corner on 23rd and Diamond. That's a notorious area. It's known on the net. So we're driving up Berks Street, Berkside. We got Rings Gold, 1900 block of Rings Gold. (24th and Berks). We're on Bucknell and Berks, Bucknell Street, 1800 Bucknell. Now we're on 1900 Judson Street. That's on our left. Judson continues on our right. As you can see, it was slightly off. The orientation spun off a little bit. 23rd and Berks. If we keep going forward, we will see Hamburger, but we're not gonna go down Hamburger Street. We're gonna turn down 23rd Street. Now you can take a look at the facade of the houses on my left-hand side and see the difference in the architecture. This is a 3-story home block. Then you look at the 3-story homes on my right and they have a slightly different architecture. And then there's a 2-story home, as you can see. And another 2-story home. So I wonder what's the story behind just the two-story homes. All right, so we have a Pearl Bailey Memorial here. Because Bailey used to live here. It was an American prominent figure. We're on 23rd and Norris. Somebody almost hit me. We're at a stop sign and they feel the need to rush by me and beat. They almost hit me. Genuinely, that was the person who just beeped. They tried to squeeze by me, but I had to stop at the stop sign. 23rd and Fontaine Street. 23rd and Fontaine. We're on 23rd and Diamond. 23rd and Diamond. I believe if you look up on YouTube, The Real Streets of Philadelphia, if I'm correct, they did an interview right here on this corner. I also covered this corner several times in my Philadelphia hood tours. I covered it in the summer, I covered it in the winter, and I believe I covered it at nighttime. Occasionally, I'll do a nighttime drive-through because you'll see more activity. But if the camera that I'm using, like right now I'm using my phone, if it's not that good, you guys aren't gonna be able to see the area. So that's why sometimes I try to take you during the daytime so that you guys can actually see the layout, see the street signs, etc., etc. So we're on 23rd and Diamond, passing the Raymond Rossin Apartments. We're on 23rd and Edgley, Raymond Rossin Manor Community Center. And on my left and on my right, we have some more affordable housing complexes. Now this is pretty much a dead end. Like if you go through here, it's a roundabout. So you got to go all the way around to come back out. Susquehanna, 23rd and Susquehanna Avenue. On my left hand side is the project. Now this isn't his projects, but since it's right around the corner, I can only imagine that he's been here plenty of times too. 2300 block of Glenwood Avenue. And that's actually an exit right there, so that proves my previous words wrong. On my left hand side, we have somebody double parking. We have the Amtrak's in front of us. As you can see, the Amtrak runs right by this little area. And on my left hand side, we have dozens. I see dozens of closed apartment complexes with the metal gating on the window. I guess they were abandoned. And the ones that are abandoned, they seal up so nobody goes inside and vandalizes or stoops in them. So again, this area right here and these cars, this parking is dedicated to this little community. You won't find anybody outside of this, 2-3 block radius parking in here. These cars all belong to these people that live here. And you pretty much got to go all the way around. And inside this project, you can't drive through inside of this one like you could on the one on 25th and Berks. I don't think so. Let me see if there's an actual entrance. Nah, on my left-hand side, it's sealed, so you can't go through it. We're on 24th Street, 2100 block of 24th and Edgley Street. Now we're passing Judson and Edgley Street. This will take us out of this little housing complex plaza here. Looks like people coming from church. If not church, they're coming from some type of celebration. So this is a single lane street, but you gotta share it. So if somebody's coming, as you can see, the cars are flipped both ways. So I'm not going up a one way. This is an actual 2-lane street, but you gotta share the lane. So if you're coming down, you gotta either pardon the person or hope that they pardon you. But I'm in no rush, so I pulled over. We're on Edgley Street. All right, as you can see, he pulled over. Excellent. Thank you very much, sir. We're gonna make a right here to on the 2200 block of Edgley. Now we're on 22nd Street, 22nd and Diamond. 22nd and Diamond. Let's take 22nd up to Berks side. We're on 22nd and Norris. On my left-hand side is Mastery School. Mastery Frederick Douglass Public School. (2100) block of Norris Street. Now we're on 22nd and Berks. We'll let this traffic go by because these people are rushing by me. Some people wish that I can drive slower. They say, I wish you would have driven slower so I can take a better look at the neighborhood. But unfortunately, people are impatient and I can't drive completely slow where I impede traffic. People are going to be beeping at me, rushing by me. You know, it's a little bit dangerous going slow for everybody being impatient. So I'm trying to go the slowest that I could while not holding up traffic. Back on Cecil B. Moore Avenue, 22nd and Cecil B. Moore. You got the Stefan Klein Wellness Center on my left. We're gonna make a right on red because you're allowed to make a right on red. You got Tang's Halal on my left, a Chinese restaurant. I'm surprised they got the word halal in it. If it's a Chinese store. I believe we just turned down Krosky Street. We have Bentley Hall on my left, which again would be probably like a senior housing, like a senior citizens housing, or it could potentially just be a regular, you know, home for low-income families. All right, so Krosky Street ends right here. So it's a one-way up until here, and then over there, it's a one-way up until here. And then you have no choice but to either make a right, or if you're on that side, you gotta make a left. It was actually snowing a little bit earlier. It was sprinkling some snow. So I guess it was cold enough to be freezing temperature and freeze the precipitation, you know what I mean? It snowed for probably like an hour, really light flakes, and then it stopped and all the snow melted. Hence all the little bubbles that was on the window in the beginning. Yeah. We haven't had a big snowfall in like a year and a half, maybe 2 years. You see these lots on my left? You see that huge lot that car just flew by? Those lots will eventually get filled up soon. Right now, if you're an investor and you have some good money to invest and you want to invest in property and real estate, if that's your thing, this is the neighborhood you should be looking at. This neighborhood, Strawberry Mansion, Uptown, you know what I mean? Let's make a left down Van Pelt Street. We're on the 1800 block of Van Pelt Street. See now, you see all these little these lots? These lots weren't always there. These blocks had houses. There was full, like back in the 1900s when these blocks were first made, there was probably tons and tons and tons of houses. But the thing is, back in the 80s, some of these blocks were so bad and so dilapidated, or whatever you want to call it. They were so run down that out of a block with like 50 houses, 1 or 2 will be up, while the rest were all abandoned straight through the block. So they eventually ended up knocking them down. Residents moved out, houses burned down, and that leaves us with an overabundance of lots here in North Philadelphia. As you can see on my right, Those houses on my right hand side now, the yellow and the brick, those are new, you know, built within the last 2-3 decades, maybe like last decade and a half, two decades. 20 years ago, they probably built those homes. On the 20,000 or the 2,000 block of Pelt Street, abandoned houses on my right with the door wide open. It had like a zoning orange sticker slammed on it, I think to condemn it, but the door was wide open. All right, on the 2,000 block of Pelt Street. I believe this is Diamond Street, Diamond and Pelt. On 21st and Diamond, the 2100 block of Diamond Street. I'm gonna go back up to Berks. I'm focusing on Berks because Berks is the main side that he reps. I don't even know if he was like born in another neighborhood. I'm just assuming that he was born in this neighborhood. For all I know, he could have moved in this neighborhood when he was like 8, 9 and just reps it because this is the neighborhood that he knows most. But I don't know. So if any of you guys know that, you're more than welcome to comment below. So as you occasionally see, despite the ran down neighborhoods, you'll see some beautiful little establishments like this. This one right here in front of us has side yards, backyards, front porches. As you can see, they have the A-top roofs. They'll have shingles, a completely different facade compared to, you know, the Kensington area. Looks completely different. Look at these houses. These houses, in a sense, they're somewhat beautiful. I mean, they're more beautiful than the eyesores that we just passed a couple blocks ago. Look at this block right here. This block right here looks clean. Uniform, clean, civilized. But then boom, you'll pass a block again and you'll run right back into the same stuff that you just left. That building on the right hand side, that purple one, it seems to be a church. Or it's probably like a private parish. Because I see a cross on the door and I see some writing and it's bright purple. I'm assuming that's a church. I don't think nobody would paint their home bright purple. All right, we're gonna go back down 22nd Street and then we're gonna make a left on Berks. And we'll take Berks down a couple blocks. Since he reps Berks, we're gonna just drive Berks down for a couple hundred. Every block, the 100 changes. Hence why I'll say we're making a left on the 2100 block of Berks Street. And as you go down numbers, like the 20th and Berks will be 2000 Berks. 19th and Berks will be 1900 Berks. 18th and Berks will be 1800 Berks. 17th and Berks will be 1700 Berks. That's how the addresses work in the city. The abandoned houses on my left, abandoned on my right. Look at that. Look at that building. That's a gold mine. To the right investor, that's a gold mine. Look at this building on my right. Again, another one on that corner, abandoned. Gold mine. We're passing Lambert Street. Berks and Lambert, 1800 block of Lambert. Passing 1900 Woodstock. On my left, 1800 Woodstock on my right. And that looks like another little complex, like a little cul-de-sac. I think that's the terminology for it. It's like a roundabout, a dead end basically. When you go in, like there's only one way out, you gotta come all the way back around. All right, we're on 20th Street. They named 20th Street after Jackie Jones Way. So I'm assuming she was a public figure from the city and they gave her her own street. Berks and 20th Street is Jackie Jones Way. On my right-hand side, you'll see a mosaic painted and glued, I would say glue or cemented up to the side of a building that says, it looks like a really long, I don't know if it's a poem, if it's a paragraph. It looks like a huge paragraph, but it tells a story. On my left, we have new houses being built. We're on Uber Street, 1900 Uber Street. Could you imagine calling an Uber and telling them you're on 1900 Uber Street? Please hurry, I need an Uber. We're on 19th and Berks. passing Gratz Street. Gratz and Berks. 1900 Gratz on my left, 1800 Gratz on my right. Now we're on 18th and Berks. Berks. Now this is where it starts to hit to the college area. Remember I said that the college, Temple University, has a lot of stake in this area. On my left, you see all these Temple houses with the signs out front. Affordable college housing. On my left, off campus Philly.com for rent. On my right, for rent. Temple Villas on my right for rent. So literally blocks away from where PoundSide Pop is from. It's actually starting to snow again. Blocks away from where PoundSide Pop is from. Go ahead, sir. You're more than welcome to cross. There's a college, like literally less than 2-3 minutes from them. There's a college. It's Temple University, right in front of us. We're actually gonna get cut off because Temple University owns the block in front of us. They pretty much own like a couple miles on my left, and they own a couple miles on my right. That group on the right-hand side, a bunch of college students. If you drive through this area and then you like inspect each area, you'll start to see frat houses, college houses, bunch of you know, people who freshmen, juniors, etc., etc. In front of us is Fletcher B. Amos Playground. Temple also, I don't know if they own the whole playground. I don't know if that playground's theirs or if that's the city, but they had the other half of it. They built a building there. These people want me to make a left on red. Technically, you're not supposed to, but whatever. Yeah, so they had a track right there, Temple University jogging track, but I used to go to it. I used to go jog, but the last time I went, they pretty much ripped the whole track up and put a building right on top of it. So no more Temple University jogging track. We're passing 16th and Norris. So as you can see, I couldn't go up Berks anymore because Berks pretty much got canceled. It got closed down. On my left, we have a bunch of new little 2-story houses that makes me feel like I'm in Atlantic City. Atlantic City has a lot of houses that are like colorful with those type of fronts. I'm gonna make a right on 16th and Diamond Street. 16th and Diamond. The people behind me were flying by me, rushing. I only emphasize that with y'all because you see me tell you it in the most nicest and politest manner, but inside, like, I'm boiling. Like, why you guys rushing me? Like, can you please be patient? But can't please everyone. So we're on 15th and Susquehanna Avenue. 15th and Susquehanna Avenue. Now, even though this isn't his immediate neighborhood, this isn't where he said he reps, so he probably don't shoot music videos enough around here. He had to pass through this way to get to his crib. It depends on where you coming from the city. Are you coming from Erie? Are you coming from you know, Vine Street, from South Philly? Are you coming from West Philly? You know, from 30th, 40th Street? Or are you coming from you know, the northeast side, from like, you know, from 2nd Street and all that? Let's go make a right here. I'm gonna take this right here, boom, boom. And we're gonna try to get right back on Berks so you guys can see where Berks continues at. And this is all Temple campus. That's why you see the T's. We're on Broad Street. Broad Street is a main street in Philadelphia that basically takes you southbound and takes you northbound. Passing Broad and Norris. Broad and Norris. This is all Temple University on my left and on my right. This is all campus turf. Pilot Walk. Pilot Walk. Yeah, we're gonna have to make a left because Berks is actually on my left, but Berks got cut off because the Temple campus bought property over the block, so they pretty much built over what used to be Berks. So if you want to continue to get back to Berks on the other north side of Broad Street, you would literally have to go around this. So for now, guys, this is going to conclude today's tour. This is a little cruise of PoundSide Pop's hood. I know we didn't cover all of it accurately, but I try to do my best to give you guys an idea of what he could have been facing growing up as a kid. Remember, guys, please hit that thumbs up button. That'll help this video go a long way. You guys can't make donations, but if you want to donate a thumbs up. that'll help this video receive exposure, which will then eventually help me on the long run to continue doing these type of tours for you guys. If you liked it, let me know your comments below. Have a good day and be safe.